rates are in a good spot. I'm really curious to see how that 30-year mortgage rate and 10-year yield spread continues to compress, and see if we get a five handle on the Mortgage News Daily average 30-year rate.
Expanding our money supply because the Fed has been restricted. I'm going to explain that.
Credit card loans, car loans, those are short-term borrowing rates, and they are low right now.
Microsoft and Google came out and said, we're not going to reduce our billions of dollars of spending. Existing home sales, 4 million home sales annual rate. That's with a little drop.
Hey, it's KP coming to you live from Talking Stick. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Optimal Blues Summit. And yesterday I was at the Mortgage Collaborative Desert Disruption. So pretty nice out here. There's a good group. I'm late for dinner as usual. I'm bouncing between two conferences back to back to back. They just had a nice social in the sky. There's some people over here yucking it up, you know. Take it, let's go. Here's the social in the sky. I know you can't read the words backwards. Hey, gang. So I'm going to go on this balcony. Optimal Blue. Wow. Had a chance to sit in their executive advisory forum. And they are really putting some development dollars, and they're really beefing up the system. So it was really good to hear their roadmap and the transparency and what they're building. AI is bringing ROI. I mean, it is bringing it to all of us. We all know that as lenders and real estate companies. So it was really good to hear an update from them, and we'll get some more of that. Mortgage Collaborative, a lot of great lenders feeling generally pretty good. I sit in a collaboration group with a group of lenders, and we just talk about things that are working and what we're trying. And so it's not all fun and games. It's a lot of work, especially when your email never stops, which is a full-time job. Plus just 4 kids. Check out this view. This crazy or what? So I did a video one last week, so I apologize. So I'm trying to be diligent again and get back to my Monday, Thursday route. We had inflation numbers out last week, the personal consumption expenditure, which got us to 2.9 core. That means taking out energy and food, which are volatile, with energy in there, which we know oil prices have been generally low. Although with the threat of war against Iran, the oil futures have been spiking. So, Strait of Hormuz, it's always a threat that could bring energy up, which could spike inflation. Having said that, even at 2.9 with the headline number, the core, 2.8 with energy in there. Today, the 10-year Treasury, I just checked, closed at 404, 403. So rates are in a good spot. I'm really curious to see how that 30-year mortgage rate and 10-year yield spread continues to compress, and see if we get a 5 handle on the Mortgage News Daily average 30-year rate. I mean, you see a 5 handle and borrower psyche starts to move, and it's starting to get busy. Locks are up this month on a per day average. And, that's a blessing for spring purchase season. Go Team USA. How did I not start with that? Gold medal. I apologize to all my Canadian friends. I have a buddy who's Canadian, one of the dads I'm really close friends with, and another dad who is from Wisconsin. And we've been talking smack about hockey for weeks. But what a great game. I mean, just 2 powerhouse teams. Good to finally bring that back. 46 years to the day of Lake Placid, Miracle on Ice. Dude, I want to adopt Jack Hughes. I just want to adopt him for like a weekend and hang out. Anyway, there's a lot going on, in our business as it relates to data and AI. And I just want to throw one little thing out there. As oil prices potentially spike, demand for power is not really our issue right now with data centers. It's transmission. We don't have enough transmission of energy. So all this AI build out that we're all doing in our industry and all the other industries are doing, you look at the stock market and everything out there, you see some of the big hyperscalers, we don't have enough transmission for the power that's needed. And it's not that we have too much demand, it's that, transmission requires copper. So watch copper prices. Remember, Dr. Copper is something I talk about quite a bit. Dr. Copper is kind of a measure on capital expenditure in our economy's growing. GDP was a little disappointing, but we do get a Q4 revision and final read coming up, and we get producer price index coming up on Friday. And I'll just mention one more thing. The tariff ruling by the Supreme Court was met with an immediate 10% tariff by President Trump using traditional methods. He has 150 days to get an act of Congress to push it through. Then he ratcheted up to 15% over the weekend. There is no remedy for the $130 to $170 billion already collected. There is no remedy given by the court. So it's not like they say, you can't use the Emergency Economic Powers Act. That's all they said. But they didn't say, hey, and here's how you get your money back. So could be a food fight, messy, court battles for companies that have paid. I don't know if Congress will, around September, when they got to do another budget reconciliation, if they're going to be able to, get it past both a budget, continuing resolution, and of course now a tariff, 150-day reprieve. So midterm year, it's always fun. We'll get back to you with some more updates on Thursday. Cheers. Hey, it's KP coming to you live from Rancho Mirage. This is a vacation day. It's a Friday. I requested this off because I need to have some self-care with all this travel. So getting a lunch round off, and got some buddies I used to work with Dell computers at, and they're in from Austin. So you're going to get a little scenery. Check this out. Got some snow-capped mountains in the background, and I'm going to walk over to a historical women's sports piece, if you're familiar with the Dinosaur Championship course. An LPGA major was played here for like 40 years. And the winner traditionally would jump in Poppy's Pond at the end of the round for those that are LPGA enthusiasts and love watching that event. Since the last couple of years, it's been lost to Houston's the Chevron Open. Okay, I'll get you that pond in just a second, if I don't disturb anybody. So disintermediate, that is the word of the day. And I brought it up on the Crispin commentary last word. We just had a great session with Christy Kobe and Brian. And so right now in the stock market, I'm not a financial advisor, not responsible for your losses, only your profits. But there's this big thought that software companies will be disintermediated, like taken out of the middle, taken out of the picture. I think it's a little overblown by the way the pricing pressure has been, but it's not nothing. And so, with low coding and vibe coding that you can do with AI and all the different AI models, you can create software less expensively. And so the protective moat around some software companies that have been around for a while, it may not be as strong. And the stock prices tend to be based on several years of potential earnings. But it's hard to see beyond several years with some of these companies because you don't know if AI is going to disrupt their business model. And so we're seeing a lot of that right now. Now, in our business, disintermediate, you don't want to be taken out of the middle either. So we always have to look at what we do from a day-to-day standpoint and see, where AI can help us use our skill set as opposed to disintermediate us. Had a great time at the Mortgage Collaborative, Desert Disruption, great collaborative sessions with other lenders, closed door, owner-operator, C-level executives, just talking about what we're working on. And AI is a hot topic, right? So what are we able to disrupt within our own walls? Cost savings, revenue generating activities. And then the OB Optimal Blue Summit was at the same time. And Joe Tyrell, the CEO, fantastic dude. What an incredible speaker. I mean, honestly, just blew the audience away. And his team is developing. And so OB is back on the upswing. Their parent company is allowing them to reinvest. And he talked a lot about AI in his keynote speak. Like, be an adopter, have no fear, take charge, be a leader at your companies when it comes to AI. Someone's got to do it or you're going to fall behind. He was talking about don't let algorithms take the human aspect out of our business, right? We've seen a lot of regulation do that in our business, whether it's TRID or RESPA or, whatever regulations come out there. It's made it harder, to be more human, right? There's, we got algorithms everywhere. And so, I thought it was really good. And try and use your AI efforts to get the best yet possible outcome. Don't just use it for a quick no. He mentioned underwriting, which he has a chums number. How it used to be, it makes sense, very artsy human involvement. And now, with a lot of the technology out there, it's easy to give a quick no. And so we don't want to lose that aspect of it. I thought that was pretty interesting. Producer price index came out a little hot this morning, but just like the jobs report, which came out hot, 10-year yield is down. I just checked the 10-year yield. It's under 4%. Man, I heard people saying it's going to go to 5 and inflation's horrible. It's like, it's under 4%. Now, this may be the trough. I don't know. Maybe we can get to 380 without losing too many more jobs. But we have a 5 handle on the 30-year fixed rate this week. First time, rates are lowest in 4 years. It's a great time to head into spring purchase season. So really looking forward to just grinding. Of course, after my mental break, here's Dinah Shore, the first lady of golf. Okay. Shout out to the U.S. men's hockey team and the women's hockey team. But here's Poppy's Pond right here. This is where they would jump in the pond when they would win the major. And here's all the winners from 1972 all the way up to just a couple years ago. It's really cool. So thought I'd get that little view out there for you. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's go ahead and first charging into spring purchase season. March is upon us. The perfect calendar of February is over. Look at it. The 4 weeks all line up in just 4 rows. Here we go. See you on the road. See you in California MBA. We'll be lobbying Tuesday in Sacramento, and then we have our board meeting Wednesday. So no rest for the weary. Cheers.
You've been listening to KP Talks Dollars and Cents, a top-rated show for those who want to learn about the economy and mortgage environment. Tune in each week for more episodes, and please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Kevin Perenio does not render or offer to render personalized investment or tax advice through KP Talks Dollars and Cents. The information provided is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, investment, or legal advice. For more info, follow KP Talks Dollars and Cents on all of our social channels.